UNLV Film is proud to present a retirement tribute to Sean Patrick Clark, playwright, screenwriter, producer, professor, actor, friend, and colleague. Professor Clark has had a storied career in the film, television, theater, and academic worlds for more than 30 years. After serving in the Army, he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in education at the University of Missouri in 1982. He became a high school English teacher and an award-winning playwright. In 1982, Sean's hard-hitting play 11 Zulu, about friction between black and white soldiers in Vietnam, won the National Student Playwriting Award at the highly competitive American College Theater Festival and the Lorraine Hansberry Award for the Best New Play dealing with the Black experience in America. In 1985, he entered the Master of Fine Arts program in Theater Arts in the Iowa Playwrights Workshop at the University of Iowa. 1988 was a pivotal year for Sean. He completed his MFA and met his beloved wife, Stephanie. They married in 1990 and had two amazing children, Kira and Kaylin. It was also in the late 1980s that Sean's full-time career in screenwriting began. A television producer named Barry Kemp, an Iowa alum, saw Bullpen, one of Sean's plays, a sad story full of jokes that soon became his trademark, and immediately offered Sean a job. At that point, Sean was trained only as a playwright. He had never been on a soundstage or written a film or television script. Once in Hollywood, he quickly adapted to the craft of screenwriting and was in high demand for the next decade as a television writer and producer. He learned that what television writers do is always collaborative from the very beginning of every project. He developed his #1 rule of screenwriting: just tell the story, and learned to trust the process. It's all process, says Sean. Nothing is done until the red carpet is laid down. He was a writer and/or producer on such notable television shows as The Commish, Northern Exposure, Coach, Evening Shade, Man of the People, Sirens, Sliders, and Early Edition.
What if you knew, beyond a doubt, what was going to happen tomorrow? What would you do? There's no easy answer for a guy who gets tomorrow's news today.
Notably, Northern Exposure has been honored by the Writers Guild of America as one of the best-written television shows of all time. For Sean, the best part of the television industry was that the writers showed up and worked collaboratively as a unit. By being together in the room, they all took a sense of ownership of what they produced. But just over a decade into his very successful career, Sean left Hollywood behind. He made that choice to be a better father to his children. His daughter Kira was 3 and his son Kaylin was on the way. Being a great television producer required an irregular schedule of 12-hour-plus days almost every day. The next stage of Sean's career was at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, when he joined the faculty of the Department of Film in 1999 to lead the screenwriting track after being recruited by Dean Jeff Cope. Sean hoped to nurture a new generation of screenwriters. Las Vegas is halfway between Hollywood and Sundance, he told Jeff. We need to develop those voices. Sean brought a dynamic teaching persona and lively performative style to the Department of Film, inspiring his students and his colleagues. His constructive pitch and script notes became legendary, as well as his uncanny ability to honor students by remembering every script each one of them had ever written. In addition to his expert mentorship of undergraduates, Sean developed a distinctive conservatory-style graduate program in writing for dramatic media at UNLV that has produced outstanding graduates for 2 decades. Through it all, he strives to nurture students to develop their voices as writers and to recognize the unique nature of each story. Everything we do, says Sean, whether it's a feature, series, TikTok video, or play, ultimately has its own voice and ego. When we impose our ego on it, we get in the way of it becoming what it is. On the tenure track, as a tenured professor, and as the vice dean of the College of Fine Arts, he continued to write and produce screenplays and stage plays, to consult as a television producer and writer, and to produce documentaries and retrospectives on major film stars, such as Tony Curtis and basketball star Larry Bird Johnson. Sean also flourished as an actor, appearing regularly on stage and in student films, most notably as cowboys, therapists, and judges.
Take my hand, I'm a stranger in paradise.
I'm here, but I'm not from here. I'm not from here. I'm from up there. Outer space.
Ms. Snyder, you do understand that you are under our protection and nothing can happen to you while you're under our protection.
Yes.
Did Mr. Pilcher influence what you have to say today in any way?
Why do you wear those sunglasses?
Time's up. We'll talk about that next time.
How much do you get paid to see me per hour, Dr. Hartford?
Why do you ask?
I feel a responsibility. I want to make sure the American taxpayer is getting their money worth.
$275.
The high cost of notoriety.
So to speak.
Nice handwriting.
Thanks, but I can't take all the credit, can I, Fisher?
Perhaps you can't take all the credit, Professor Clark, but you have done incredible things as a citizen and a professional in the film and television industry, the Academy, this region, and the globe. For this auspicious moment, I asked Sean to share some words of wisdom, especially for emerging screenwriters. Don't direct on the page, tell me a story. It's better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission. And everything comes down to the red wire or the blue wire, whether emotional, psychological, or physical. Professor Clark, thank you for choosing the red wire and coming to UNLV, where you have nurtured and supported our students for 23 years. Your boldness and courage have made our institution and our students' educational journeys truly exceptional and transformative. With love, your friends and family at UNLV wish you, Stephanie, Kira, and Kaylin the very best always.